So for those of you who recognize this right away, you know what we're about to get into. So I want to go take a little driving tour and see if we can't help diagnose why I'm holding this thing here. I have two of them in the box, and these are about to go in the freezer. So without further ado, let's get in the car and go for a drive. So here we are, about 30 miles an hour, windows down. So my goal is hopefully we can hear the pitch change. And the reason why I didn't recognize this at first is because going out on track with the windows down and the helmet on, everything sounds super good. Nothing noticeable. So I'll even do a couple of lane changes here. We don't have any traffic. Here's myself. So even with loading it up, left and right, no audible pitch change. Nothing discernible. So with that, let's roll up the windows. You can probably hear me better. So let's do the same thing. Let's load it up. So after the little road test, here we are. We have the vehicle elevated. We're looking at the left rear here in relative quiet, and I'm going to be as quiet as I can and do the vertical, i.e. up and down shake test versus lateral. Oh, hell, actually did get to move there. You heard that creak. So let's try the vertical. I don't know if you can hear that or not. Let's try to reposition and get it closer. So I hope you heard the howl on the drive test. I hope you got to hear the little bit of shake that we're getting on the vertical movement of the rear wheel. So I've never done wheel bearings before. They're gonna be much different than doing the suspension work. So we have to take that hub out, and I do not like messing with the damn ball joints. So I've already made contact with the speed shop here in town, and he agreed to try to wrestle the octopus of the hub and having the connections on the control arms, if you will. So I'm gonna do my level best to try to take those off without destroying any more components from my last foray with destroying the left lower control arm on this side. So we'll see what happens. Let's tear it apart and get these hubs off. Here we are on the left side. I'm gonna show and demonstrate the disassembly differences, techniques if you will, with removing of the control arms, breaking ball joints here versus not breaking ball joints. So I had to go seek professional help, not only personally, but with pressing these bearings in. Also with getting the hub off. What I wanted to show was that you can use a slide hammer, but when we took it to the shop, put it in the vise and we pressed it out through the back side and then pressed the bearings in. And I'll have some still shots of that here to show you along the way. But more importantly, here's breaking the ball joints here and here, and pressing out of the drive shaft itself. The other side was the left or driver's side. This is the passenger or right side. So removing of the control arms is not an emotional deal. I did not have to do the drive shaft, obviously, left the drive shaft on there. Down here on the floor, you can see the control arms, lower control arm and toe link are still attached. So the car's gonna need an alignment anyway, so it doesn't really matter per se of removing the control arms or not. It's kind of an octopus on the vise, or excuse me, on the arbor for the hydraulic press, but it's still doable. You still have space. You can move the control arms out of the way. I was able to break free the left side ball joints, but this right side I did not want to mess with, so I took them over to the shop and we moved those out of the way without too much trouble. What I wanted to show you was how to remove the drive shaft from the hub assembly without drama, without using a hammer right on the nut. You don't want to do that. So this guy is not the answer. This is way too small. This guy came out of a slide hammer kit, and it is the right answer, but to basically use it as a jacking tool is not its intended purpose. So what I did was I placed it here. If I can do this one-handed. I placed it on here, but I used the nuts down here as my base, right? Sorry for that. And then put this on, and at my local hardware store, to make it work and not use the slide hammer to find some hardware, I just got a 1/2 inch bolt a washer and a nut and basically used it as a jacking screw to pull or push the drive shaft back through and pull the hub off. Now, you can see up here, I loosened the top 3 mounting nuts on top of this, and it's just hanging free. So getting this back in might be a little of the trick. We're gonna see how well it works or not. The drive shafts here were a little sticky getting them in, but I'm gonna put some lubrication on there and some grease, and hopefully it won't be drama filled on the next time I take it apart. What I did want to show you was the bearings themselves. So stand by.